Oh yeah, now my people is your guide in Nigeria Englishman, and we are here. Tunnel TV settings. Premier League fixtures, match week 13. It was a great weekend for some people. It was a bad weekend for some others. Don't forget to smash the like button, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. Whether you're watching now or watching it on the replay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that wahala. I should start in the show saying Guten Tag, Ich liebe dich, Tunnel TV. Big up man like Kai Havertz, firing Arsenal to the top of the league. Obviously, that was one of the headlines this weekend. But before we get into all the headlines and what's popping, we got to introduce the panel. First of all, my Cody, my right-hand man, the guy that makes shit happen on Tunnel TV week in, week out. Got man like Kanebi in the building. Waiting to happen.
Glad to be part of the show with esteemed gentlemen, great men on the panel. It's always a pleasure, my G. Always a pleasure.
Always good to have you on side, my bro. And he doesn't look as smiley and chirpy as he did last time he was on Tunnel TV. I think it's his second time on Tunnel TV. He's been on One Touch TV a few times. I think it's his second. Is it your second time on Tunnel TV, George?
Do you know, I don't really know, but I think it might be my debut. I know I've been on.
It might be your debut on Tunnel TV, you know. Well, welcome to Tunnel TV, and what a time to make your debut, my brother. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Things ain't all so bad, but yeah, you can't look at the last three results in it. But
why can't we look at the last three results? Last three results. You didn't even say the last result. The last three results. But we're gonna get into that, my people. Do not worry. George will get his time, and also the two guys at the bottom will collect their own time too. First of all, Tunnel TV royalty representing the mid-table blues. We got man like FX in the building. How you doing, bro? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. FX that wasn't tagged on IG. That's my name for today. So
feeling.
And Hanif, my brother, good to see you, man.
You too, brother.
You know,
you too.
I am happy to be here. Always a pleasure to be on the live stream Tunnel TV. Looking forward to the show. I'm honored to be amongst great, like-minded gentlemen that understand the beautiful game. So let's get it on.
I hope you understand. There's going to be a lot of concentration on your team today, so don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry. But also making his debut.
My brother Hanif, yeah, so it's good.
You need a backup. I got the supposed call backup for you today because you can't take these licks on your own. Probably the most realistic Chelsea fan that I have in my phone book. Always speaking that gospel when it comes to Chelsea, and some words of wisdom when it comes to my team as well, man.
So I'm not realistic,
but making his Tunnel TV debut, man like Hanif in the building. How you doing, Hanif?
Yeah, evening, lad. Good to be amongst you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. Are you sure it's good to be back in terms of on the panel or speaking about football or talking about Chelsea? Which one? Be specific.
On the panel, I guess.
Welcome, my bro. But guys, I think, do you know what? I think there's only really one place to start. Or we'll wait for Kendall to arrive before we get into that stuff. But first of all, as George, I know you got to leave a little bit early, so we might as well get into the Tottenham nitty-gritty. And look, I'm not one to say Spurs have not played well this season because let's be honest, they've played extremely well this season. Ange ball. It's what we do, mate. It's what we do, mate. It's who we are, mate. It's who we are. That's what he says. It's who we are, mate. And that's who they are. Whatever happens, 10 men, 9 men, it doesn't matter. Spurs play the Ange way. And George, do you think that was a mistake this weekend? Or do you like that he took another risk with Ange ball?
Do you know what? You got to be brave as a manager. You got to be brave as a manager, and you got to stand in your principles, just like he says, mate. Like you if you're gonna play one way, mate, you got to play it for the rest of the season, not just at the start.
Gang of fucking room, mate.
No, but seriously, like I praise him. I praise him for being brave yesterday, man. Making the changes that he did, going with 4 fullbacks, dropping the likes of Dyer, a seasoned veteran who's absolutely unbearable to watch. One of our worst players that's been I've ever seen in a Tottenham shirt. And it's about time someone stood up and said, you know what, you're not playing. You're just not good enough. And that's what he done. He even preferred to have Emerson at centre back. So that tells you what he rates of him. And we really wasn't that bad. I thought we played well, just like you said. We dominated the game against Aston Villa. They had their chances, but we obviously created the better chances. I feel like they were very disciplined. They held their line well, because the fact that we scored 3 offside goals it's outrageous, but it's also credit to them. I generally thought that the way that they all stepped up together and their back line was really good. They defended well. We obviously conceded a few chances, and the chances we did concede, they took them. So credit to Aston Villa for that. But we have to look at ourselves in this game. Like, it's obviously a game where we perform really well. You obviously wanted to walk away with more points. To walk away with any points, but to walk away with nothing, it's one of those games just hard done by, innit? Like, it's a bit unlucky. We didn't take our chances. We had far too many chances inside the box where we should have put them away. Kulusevski, a couple minutes in, should have put it away. And it's just one of those ones, man. It's a bit unfortunate. For me personally, I'm not angry at the players. I'm not angry at like the team. It's not a game that I'm really mad about. It's one of those ones where you just look back and just say, do you know what? It's just unlucky. So, unfortunately,
you should be angry at your coach.
Liar.
You should be angry at your coach.
You liar.
You should be angry at your coach.
Why would I be angry at the coach? Because if you look at the way we performed, he set us up to win. We played better than when you look at all the players that we had to play. Look, we had Ben Davies at centre back paired with Emerson Royale at centre back. So we had no centre backs on the pitch. Like, we had. Let me help
you. Why? Let me tell you why I think your coach is the major problem. Look, Antonio Conte came into the league years ago, and he went to like start some sort of style of football, play 4 at the back, and he lost to Arsenal, and he switched it up. And the moment he switched it up, he got to understand the league. He stuck to his own principles, but he switched it up. And the moment he switched it up, the rest is history. We know what happened, and Chelsea won the league. Big Ange, I don't understand all that. I'm sorry,
any chance to reminisce on the good old days, bro? You need to go a little bit further back.
It's not about reminiscing. I'm giving an example of how coaches.
You know what Chelsea did? Chelsea won the league.
No, shut up, Nigerian. Let me finish with what I'm saying. I'm just telling you how coaches make mistakes. Chill, dude. Let me just finish. Make all these mistakes where they're trying to stick with some sort of philosophy, and they're always trying to be stubborn. Dude, he's going to keep on getting punished, and he already got punished against Chelsea, and we've already put that cost. That's magic dust.
No, FX. And that's we're going to do something here. Wait. If you want to talk about,
he needs to adjust and respect the league. If you're going to be playing 4 fullbacks, bro, that was disrespectful to any team, and he tried to do that against Chelsea too by still playing a high line with 2 men down. It's disrespectful. You will learn the hard way in the Premier League. You're going to learn. Don't play.
Against Chelsea, the only thing we learned against Chelsea was how bad Chelsea are at attacking, how bad Chelsea are.
Yeah,
how bad every single one of those frontline players were. We didn't learn nothing about how bad Tottenham was. You looked at that Tottenham team, and you said that team was great. That team was a good performance, and with 9 players, let's be honest, FX, that's the best your team's performed in the past month. You haven't picked up a win since that game. That shows you where your team's at. So don't come here and try to talk about
that's not the best performance. The game against
Chelsea,
the best
game against Chelsea. Wait.
Was Manchester City and
that is the only
Chelsea.
game.
That's the best game in the Premier League this season.
That's the only game in the past 5-6 weeks where you guys have picked up points and looked convincingly.
No, it was the Manchester City, Chelsea Manchester City game. That was the best game of the season, bro.
Wait, to take it back to last season.
He's talking about your best game, not the best spectacle for the neutral. We're talking about how you played, bro. You played the best against Tottenham.
Don't interpret for me. I didn't know you work for the UN or Nigeria.
Bro, I'm just helping you out. It looks like you're failing to understand now.
I understand what he's saying.
You don't understand, bro. I'm just helping you.
No. I didn't understand that you are now a Spurs fan. You're an Arsenal fan. Now you're taking sides with the Spurs.
No, I'm actually the host of the panel, and I'm just helping the panelists communicate.
Make my point. So this is why I was just trying to say that it's not our best performance wasn't against Spurs. Our best performance and the best match this season or best game this season was against Manchester City. That was the point.
Well done. Taking it back to our performance and how our manager managed the
So
game.
don't be letting the
Our
North
manager, wait, you said our
London
manager
guy be.
disrespected the league.
Thank you.
We didn't disrespect anything yesterday. We took a chance. It was a chance that, I mean, within the circumstances of all of our injuries, we don't really have much other options. No other centre backs available. He took a chance. For me, it paid off a little bit. Obviously, not fully because you didn't walk away with any points, and we always knew that if we were going to concede chances and it was going to be tough against Ollie Watkins up top. But I don't look at the manager for anything he done yesterday and say I blame him, because the team played good. The team played to win the game. We just didn't finish the chances. It's literally as simple as that.
Can I come in on this? Listen, I come in peace.
Feel free, bro.
I think
come with peace.
I'll be honest,
we don't care. All of
it. Listen, I think the manager's all right. I think from how I look at it is this: I think you've got to sometimes go away from your principles, and I know Spurs are going through what some of the other teams are going through in terms of injuries, and I think Jordan, just for 15-20 minutes of the game, just drop those lads a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's not, because if you'd have dropped them for 15-20 minutes, because sometimes when you go gung-ho, which is fine when you're at home and you're full strength, I think you would have beaten Villa, personally. That's just my opinion. But I think if you'd have got a bit of control for 15-20 minutes, I think you would have seen that game out. And I think that is the only thing that is going to get you points in the next couple of weeks, because obviously of the issues you're going through. But apart from that, I'll be honest with you, Spurs are a good watch. There's no denying that. But I just think to get points on the board, and it's something similar to what Ten Hag said a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, saying that he can't play his style of football because he doesn't have the players or something along those lines.
So what,
and
Spurs are like a holiday thing, like a good time? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, I think Jordan understands this more, but from what I saw, I only saw like 15 minutes of highlights.
Your name Jordan, brother.
Is it not Jordan or George? Sorry, George.
Jordan, yeah.
So, right, sorry.
I had to make sure.
Sorry, George. I just think if they'd have showed a bit more control in that game, I'll be honest with you, they'd have won that game. And I think George agrees that, you know what, if we'd have just held out for 10-15 minutes, I personally think they would have won that. And I think tactically he just needs to tweak it a little bit.
I do agree.
How I see it.
I do feel like the only thing is, though, obviously, with not watching the full game, the one thing you'll miss is sort of that, like, we was obviously going for it. We once we went 1-0 up, we're trying to get the second goal. And that's the one thing about Andrews. He wants to get that second goal to get to the point where we can slow the game down, start to play the game at our pace and sort of control it more rather than just being so attacking focused. But we never really got the chance to build to that point, because every time when we was going 1-0 up, obviously Villa was really good on the counter-attack. They caught us before half-time. And then once we come out after half-time, we're going hard to try and get that goal. But then we don't have the subs. So when we've run out of steam in the 65th, 70th minute, the players had no energy. We didn't have no subs on the bench to make any of the changes. And look, I'm not one to sit here and talk about injuries and try and make excuses on that, because every team is.
So why are you talking about injuries and making excuses?
You didn't hear me mention a player or anything. The only person I'm going to talk about when I mention injuries is Bentancur, which happened yesterday, which is it's massively unfortunate. Like, the player comes back, I don't know if you guys are watching the game, but for that 25 minutes that he was on the pitch, he was easily the best player on the pitch. He controlled the game, pretty much all phases of play. The ball going through him.
He's a quality player,
and that's it. Once you get him taken out of the game, we sort of lose that control in the middle of the park. We lose that focal point for someone to go through who has the passing range to make those James Maddison passes. So without that, we lost a lot to our game yesterday, and we just had to adapt. And we're constantly adapting right now. We generally are. Every game we go through, we're losing a player, suspension, injury. So we're just constantly paying for adapting. And Ange hasn't really, like, people trying to get onto Ange, it just seems real forced, because he's not really had, again, at this moment in time when we're having all these problems with our losses and we're facing adversity, he's not had the players to even try and face adversity properly. So,
hey, George, bro, the way the tone is just so different now. Like, obviously, we watched you like 4 weeks ago, and the chest was out talking about auras and all that stuff, and telling us that when they come to Shite Hart Lane, this is gonna happen, and that. Now I can't really hear what you're saying, bro. I'm trying to put up the volume of your mic and stuff. But before we let the panel get at you a little bit, A few latecomers crept in. 3 celebrities joined us as in the mix of all the melee with all these Chelsea fans like making noise in the background. Well, one Chelsea fan in particular. Smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Welcome Kendall to the show, and also Ivorian Spice. How are you both doing?
I'm well, man.
I'm very good.
But I just want to say,
Hey.
Englishman, I just want to say, I'm in the wrong section of this. I should be at the top because I've collected 3 points this week.
Oh,
I've got
3 points collectors.
Can you take 4 low down and put us back up because we are winning. We've won this weekend.
But technically, you're below them in the table. So what
it
we
doesn't
saying?
matter. We are winning.
What we saying, guys? What we saying, guys? I'll let the panel decide.
Technically,
let them stay
also
above.
we won, so I shouldn't also be here. Do you know what I mean?
But there's only
one of
she
those
had a
things.
bigger win. To be fair, like Kendall gets.
What big? What was it?
She had a bigger win.
Oh yeah, my bad. Chelsea, innit? Oh,
If we
panic,
call it
I'm sorry.
But well, Kendall, first of all, you
I like what you guys did to her face, man. It's not cool.
bruv, it's not us, it's his team that did it to him. It's not us.
No, Nigerian Englishman enjoys this.
team.
You know, he acts like he's neutral.
You think I
but he's
enjoy
a
your team
proper
making
dickhead.
you depressed?
You are a dickhead, bro.
Do you think I enjoy your team
You're just a
bringing
dickhead,
pain to
man.
you every
Go on,
week?
Go on.
You think I
Enjoy,
like
bro.
that? Like you being like
you act all
the comment
neutral, but
section
you're a
lit under
proper
every single
dickhead,
video,
brother.
bro. I love you too, man. I love you too, man. See, this is what happens when your team is having a nightmare right now. He looks like he could be playing for Chelsea right now. Look at it. He's got the hairstyle, the shirt, everything, right?
Interpreting for a Spurs fan. Turn into an interpreter for George. Turn into a freaking interpreter for a North London rival. George, man, that guy is your frenemy. He's a proper dickhead, man.
6 years since he left the club.
He has a mind of his own, bro. Who? Who did you say, George?
Oh, and Conte. He's out here reminiscing on Conte like he didn't leave his club 6 years ago.
Bro, leave him, bro. They need their moment.
Bro, Conte won the trophy at my club. You guys sacked him. Hush, bro.
So Kendall, what do you think of Tottenham Hotspur's woeful performance? George was talking about them being unlucky, but they've gone up. They've gone 1-0 up in the last 3 games and lost those 3 games. Is there going to be a moment when we stop calling it unlucky and this is just Spursy? Like, what are we saying here?
I'm sure people will be calling it Spursy at the minute, but obviously coming from a team like we've got 14 players out at the moment. Obviously, we're having to play, like, literally our whole academy was on the bench on Saturday. And we had 3 goalkeepers on the bench because we literally had no one else to go there. So I feel with injuries. And then obviously coming from, again, just from my point of view, like Eddie Howe's never changed his style of play ever. No matter how many injuries we've had, we've never, ever compromised how we attack. So I also
Kendall, this ain't the Newcastle segment, yeah. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of
good.
like,
She snuck it in slyly as well. She's gonna spin it around. Go on, sorry.
Go on. Everyone's begging Ange to change his tactics and saying that he's naive and saying like that he shouldn't be playing this certain way because he hasn't got these certain players. But it doesn't always work like that. You've got to have a philosophy. You've got to have a style of play a lot of the time, especially because then it makes it easy for players to kind of integrate into a system, especially if they're not playing all the time and you've got rotation to make. So I didn't think they played that badly. I thought the first half was a lot better than the second half. I didn't see the full game either. I didn't see like the first 10 minutes of the second half, but I saw most of the game and I thought the first half was a lot better. But yeah, Aston Villa just looked decent under Emery. There's not really much more you can say. They just look good. They're just one of them teams that like kind of us off last year. Like we were finding ways to win even though the chips were down. So yeah, Spurs will be fine once they get the players back. Maddison was massive for them and he's out. So Van de Ven also came in and was absolutely mint for them as well. And he's also out. Bentancur, who's not, again, he's injured from Matty Cash challenge, wasn't it? So I think it's just one of those things, like it's just going to be, they've just got to get over it. And Ange's got a manager of the month curse going on again now. It took him 3 times. he's lost 3 of his 9 lives now. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's going to happen one of these times. He's got to have manager of the month curse, so it's hitting him like tenfold now. So yeah, but I think Spurs will be fine. I still think that. I mean, I don't think they're in a title race or anything. I didn't at first either, but I still think they'll get top 4 pretty easily. I think.
I swear, Joe's definitely wanted a little parade for them managers of the month. Don't lie, secretly. What? Yeah, man, a little parade. Hey, Kanebi, you were in the studio with Keme, our Spurs superstar over in Nigeria, watching the game. Like, what did you think of Spurs? Like, because I saw the first 20 minutes and the second half. Like, they started really, really strongly. Did you expect that scoreline when you were watching that game? When that game started?
I expected them to lose, though. I'm not surprised they lost. I knew they were always going to lose. It was always going to be a matter of time. Because I just knew once Maddison was out and the new Dutch centre-back they bought, Romero, and some other players are out. Once those guys got out, I just knew that Spurs were going to start capitulating and falling. So it's really like tough. It's tough for them right now because at the end of the day, they have to they don't have the players. They're running out of steam. They don't have the players to play the kind of football. You're playing with a high line and you don't really have the midfielders. I mean, how can you play a high line with Højbjerg in midfield? How's that going to work? He can't hold the ball. He can't keep the ball. He can't take 1 or 2 passes together. So I expected it to happen. Aston Villa, they're a very good team. They scored. They're the highest goal scorers in the league right now, I think. So they're expected to score in every game. I expected them to get a goal. And with the way Spurs were playing yesterday, they didn't take their chances. High line, it's an open market. It's a free sale. Take as many shots as you can. They have a great goalkeeper. Vicario is a great goalkeeper, but he's not.
He's made them look better than they have this season a lot.
Yeah,
man. That guy, I'm not gonna lie, I never heard of him when they got him in, but he's probably been keeper of the season in the Premier League so far.
But I'm not surprised. I expected it. I expected it. They might end up 7th by the time they play Man City.
Well, below Man United. Speaking of Man United, good evening. Good evening, Ivorian Spice.
Probably 7th.
Good evening.
Come on, man. Newcastle is going to win.
Good evening. Say it right, bro.
Who's Newcastle playing?
Good evening. Good evening to you too, sir.
Good.
Yes. Well, you said speaking of Man United, but nothing followed up after that.
No. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's why I was bringing you in. Good evening. You're the Man United representative. Like, obviously, you're not too far behind Spurs in the table right now. Is this an opportunity for you to leapfrog them over the next few weeks? Do you see enough holes in their team that gives you encouragement?
To be fair, I look at Spurs and I still feel like Spurs are ahead of us in their development, in terms of where they're at and how they want to play their football. Whereas Manchester United themselves are still trying to figure it out, and I like the fact that we're still trying to figure it out because we're shit at the moment, but there's potential there to improve. And when you have potential to improve, you never know where your limits can take you. And while everyone else is dropping points or winning or whatever you want to call it, drawing, we're still within the mix, not far away. So you know what? In the next couple of weeks, because this week is very important. We'll see whether we can swim.
I see what 3 points can do to somebody. Look at this.
No. I'm sorry, my guy. We are the most informed team here. Yeah, we are the most informed team on wins.
No vex.
Yeah,
no vex.
So allow
no
me.
vex,
let me have
sorry,
my time
sorry.
because the last couple of weeks has been very hard. It's been depression all the time. But yes, as I was saying, this week it's whether we can sink or swim because we've got Galatasaray and we've got Kendall.
Hey, bro, this is the Spurs segment, by the way. But thanks for telling us about your week.
I'm saying you're saying whether we can climb up in the next few weeks. So those matches there will determine whether we can leapfrog Spurs, especially if we was to beat Newcastle this weekend and Spurs was to do what they do best, Spurs moments and Spursy moments, and probably lose a game, then we can probably leapfrog them. But it doesn't mean we're in the top 4, we're in the title race. We're just doing what we have to do, bro. At the moment,
I'm not worried about the league table. I'm really not looking at the league table at this point in the season. I'll start looking at the league table in March. Let's be honest. Like at this moment in time, we're all going to be 3, 4, 5 points off each other, and 1, 2 games you drop points, it's going to be a change. So who's to worry right now? We've still got the Christmas period to come up where we all know that shows a true quality of a team. And again, we're going to see, especially with a lot of you guys teams playing in Europe. I mean, Ivorian and Spice over there, you shouldn't be so sure about that because your European days are numbered.
I know, we know that. We don't. You don't need to tell us that. We know tomorrow. I mean, Wednesday we potentially go. That's why I said it's whether we can sink or swim. We'll find out this week.
I hope you win. I hope you win on
saying
Wednesday,
potentially.
Man.
So there's hope, man.
Europa League's calling your name.
It's better than Conference League or no Europe. You know, I'll be honest with you.
It's not for you guys. We've seen every year.
We know what it's like to be in Europe.
You guys don't do much.
We like it. We're good. We win things in Europe. You know, so it's fine. We can enjoy that. We want more matches. We don't want to be in a season without no Europe.
You know, Emery knows about that, don't he?
Garnacho.
So does Man United know about that?
Garnacho. The power of Garnacho.
The power of bicycle kick.
Scissors kick.
Hey, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I worry that's sensational. At least Kendall used style to talk about her team. You just barefaced spoke about Man United. Only Man United, said nothing about Spurs. Before we let the panel you didn't really. Before we let the panel continue, okay, that's all you had for the whole. You had to talk for 10 minutes, and that's the only thing you said about Spurs. Imagine.
If you want more, you know what? Spurs. I don't feel like they should have lost against Villa like that. But hey,
we'll get back to it. Let me get into some of the comments. Big up Brenny K. He says, "Good evening, all. Top of the league with our George Graham-esque performances. Take 1-0 wins for the rest of the season. I will definitely bite your hand off for that for the rest of the season." Big up BX Guna. I think that's for FX, aka Raheem Sterling in the panel right now.
That's actually violation. That is violation.
That's why
Raheem the dream to Raheem, right? Imagine calling Raheem that, man. Relax. All right, so big up Salman MCFC. He says Ange Postecoglou assessment after Tottenham's third defeat on the bounce was hard to disagree with. Fair enough. He also said, without Romero and Van der Ven, Spurs are not going to win any games 1-0. And it feels like if they don't score a second goal, you know what's coming. Is that how you feel as well, George?
Yeah, sort of. Like with the defense that we have and the defenders you have, you can't really expect them to hold out for 90 minutes. Like, I did go into the game knowing we're going to concede a goal. Like, without Romero and Van der Ven, I haven't been convinced once that we can keep a clean sheet against anyone. So
is Romero only missing for one more game? And then he's back?
He's out for City. He'll be back for West Ham.
He's out for City as well.
It doesn't really make it matter. Again, I'd rather him not play against City because he'd probably do something mad to Haaland and get another red card. So
no. It's the sins he committed last season against Cucurella for pulling Cucurella's hair. It's almost like touching Samson's hair. That's what he did. That's what he broke that ban.
That's too Arsenal-y, that.
Yeah, it's still like he's a lot today. He's in pain, bro. Because George was saying George said something funny.
You know,
Romero is a beast.
Because in
the wild animal. He should be in the jungle.
In the past 12 months, you've celebrated what, like 7-8 wins for your team. So you really haven't got much to talk about. So
that's life. I've celebrated
that's
so many times
your life, bro. That's your current life,
bro. 25 years I've celebrated.
You know,
I'm allowed. Hey, shut up, Nigerian Englishman. Let me answer this. I'm allowed to.
If you keep getting disrespectful, bro, you just get muted, bro. I've not been disrespectful. I've not told you to shut up. I've not called you a dickhead. I've not done any of that. So let's keep it respectful if you want to continue here, bro. Anyway,
oh my God.
Can I just say on
mid-table blues, bro. Mid-table blues, mate. They don't have to control themselves.
Can I just say on Spurs? I think if defensively and tactically can get it right in game, they'll be up there in top 6. There's no doubt. You have to give the manager time as well, and we see the philosophy he's trying to play, and it is the philosophy that you want to see, especially in the Premier League. He just has to make a few tweaks once he gets his players back, and we know what your first teamers mean once when they're out. So it'll be very interesting to see how he adopts the next few games and the challenges he has, because I do think he's going to have to change, and it'll be interesting to see how his counter-attacking tactics will work against City, because I think playing the way he is doing against City, I just think would be very dangerous. But it's going to be a good watch.
Now,
They've
do you know
got to
what?
get. They've got to
Hey,
get top six
go on
this
then,
year.
go on,
They've got to. They've got no extra games at all. So they've
Mm-hmm.
got to get top six. They have to like that. If you don't get top six and you've got no extra games,
Tottenham is what?
that's peak, isn't it?
Top
Kendall,
six,
is that
top
aimed at
four,
Chelsea?
Kendall. What are you
Is that
talking
aimed
about
at
giving
Chelsea,
them top
Kendall?
six?
I mean, in general, because everyone's on about, they'll definitely get top six. I'm like, well, yeah.
Top seven,
they've got
Kendall.
to get top six. Of course they will. They'll absolutely get it. They've got no extra games this year.
Tottenham
so.
is Brighton of last year.
Did you ever know it's a bit unfair on Tottenham because you know what, they started so well, yeah. It's just that they've gone through 3 defeats.
What's
and the game
unfair? I
against
don't get.
Aston Villa- No, it's unfair because they started off so well, you know, and a few little injuries there, it's causing them a bit of problems defensively as well with key players missing out. And
Man
Jordan,
said
I
that's
know what it's
unfair,
like.
you know. This is
I know
football,
what it's
my
like
guy,
to
right?
have injuries right now because Manchester United are going through it. But in terms of the game that we recently watched against Aston Villa, Tottenham wasn't that bad. They had opportunities. They had goals disallowed as well. But yet they conceded goals.
Tottenham have been the luckiest team in the league since it started. Now their luck is running out. That's what it is. They were lucky against Liverpool. They were lucky against Liverpool to get a stupid goal that should have been disallowed. They've been playing relegated teams like Luton, Sheffield.
Lucky against Arsenal, Jorginho mistake.
These are all teams that you will also have to play, Kanebi. So what's your point?
Bro, we played Man City, we played Manchester United.
Okay, but you will still also play the likes of Luton, Burnley,
and we're gonna beat Luton.
United. And when you play them and you beat all of them, then you can come here and say we done what you guys done, but you've not got there yet. Play those games. You can play the games ahead of you. You're out here saying that, oh yeah, Tottenham played rubbish teams as to why they won, but you're also saying, yeah, as soon as Tottenham lost all their players, I saw them losing games. So you're making 2 points that are conflicting because at the end of the day, the reason we're losing games and the reason we've fallen off is because of our injuries and suspensions.
No, it was always going to happen.
And it's not because of, Tottenham was always going to fall. It's because of, let's be real, it's because of the injuries and suspensions. It's easy to see.
Tottenham. It was always going to happen.
All right.
Look, let me tell you, it's like, is it going to be morning tomorrow? That's how it is.
Actually, Chiellini has crimes to answer for because he literally ruined Tottenham's vibe.
Literally,
with
that quote just
freaking
is historical, mate.
Everyone just brings it up now. Everyone just brings it up now. Whenever Tottenham do anything, it's just you actually need to sue him, George. Genuinely need to go and sue Chiellini for whatever that is because that's mad, man. That's just so mad.
It's injuries the real cause because we've been through this as well as Manchester right now, but we're still trying to survive. But the key thing is for Tottenham at the moment, while they're going through injuries, they need to learn how to survive. You know, so it's injuries and suspension.
I'm a survivor.
Trust me, I've been there.
Kelly and Beyonce
and that. It's ridiculous. You can't play.
Yeah, the Highline's wild, bro. This ain't the Scottish League, my brother.
The funniest thing is all this time on the Highline.
We've done the Highline. Manage the Highline. He needs to manage it off the ball and as well, and then manage the game for 15-20 minutes. He needs to manage it better.
The high line wasn't as high against Aston Villa. You saw different players and different personnel on the team, so we couldn't maintain the high line. But when you have Romero and Van der Ven, who are two very quick defenders, Van der Ven literally one of the fastest defenders in the world, you can afford to play a high line because you know he's going to catch up to any striker or any player in the league.
But you don't have Van der Ven and you're still playing that way.
We haven't played that high line, though. If you look at the Aston Villa game, we really didn't play a high line like that. It was nothing like the Chelsea game.
He shot himself in the foot a bit, though, hasn't he? When he, after the game, what game did you just lose? When it was just that horrendous high line.
It was Chelsea
against Chelsea, and then obviously he came out afterwards and said, "No matter what, I'm not going to change what I do. Even if we had 5 men, I would still give it a go." Because then he shot himself in the foot. Because as soon as he changes it now, the idiots are going to be like, "Well, you said you weren't going to change it." It's just because that's how people are. That's how football fans are. So he maybe should have said.
I think you have to change it. I think he has to change it because you don't have the personnel, unfortunately, and I think that's where he has to learn, and he might have to learn the hard way. Because when I was watching the Chelsea game, I just thought, and maybe I'm wrong, but there is a lot of sympathy for Tottenham. There is a lot of sympathy for Tottenham from the pundits, from Sky Sports, where he's having a go. Come on, let's be serious now. if you just sit back and soak up the pressure. I think Liverpool did it, if I'm not mistaken, against Spurs, where they had 9 men or maybe 10. I can't remember what it was, and and that's what you have to do sometimes, because they're superior in numbers, and I just think if he can just sit back, bring his team back 10 yards, I think Spurs will be much more successful, in my opinion, going forward. But it is the Ange way, I guess.
I think the problem is they have had 2 boring managers in the past. They've had Conte, they've had Mourinho, and now this guy comes with Star Wars football. So they think, wow, this is amazing. We don't want to let this go. So this is the problem here. This is the problem here. They had 2 boring managers. Now they have this guy who's playing Star Wars football who thinks it's
going to you gotta record that, man. That is the clip of the day.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. You have to be tactical now in the Premier League.
I'm sorry, but this isn't the first time we've seen good football. Like we've played good football before. Under Pochettino, we're playing the best football in the world.
But that was a long time ago, bro. That was like how many years ago? Come on,
but you're acting like us fans haven't seen this good football before or something, and we're just getting like amazed by the way.
It's been 6 years.
Ange is playing. The thing is, though, is Ange is genuinely playing some of the best football in the league. Like Niger Englishman said at the start, like it's some of the most enjoyable football to watch so far in the league this season.
Or you're getting
beat.
That's
why we've been a part of some of the best games.
It's not enjoyable if you're getting beat, is it? Okay. It's not enjoyable if you're getting beat. I'm telling you. Look, I'd rather be boring and win, and nobody's dissing me, and nobody's talking to me. What's the point playing great football and it's not enjoyable? Trust me, bro. I'm an Arsenal fan. I've been to the enjoyable football level. And trust me, you don't win shit by being enjoyable.
This is something you need to listen to, George. This is something you need to
don't do that in the Premier League.
Why are you not taking notes, George? Where's your notebook?
I mean, it makes sense why he's saying it, because you've been playing shit all season. So I get
why I'm better than you in every way of form. Defensively, going up front. Where are you now on the table? You guys won your 3rd game and you held hands.
Are we gonna? I'm sorry, but are we gonna continue to hear? Are we gonna continue to hear?
It's going to happen.
Okay. Wait. Time out. We've had time to dwell on this first thing when there's a more important game at hand. Let's not dwell on this no longer. Let's get into the nitty gritty.
Can just brings trouble wherever he is,
Yeah, now.
That's why I love him. I love him.
They hate the truth hard.
This is what
they can't handle the truth. But let me get into some of the comments, guys. Let me get some of the comments and we'll continue with the.
I'm enjoying my football and you're getting what kind of enjoyment is that?
Wait. Can it be? Thank you. United fans believe Garnacho is their Superman. They're excited. Give them a moment to celebrate, man. They've got a lot.
Everyone loves a young player doing well.
Mm-hmm. Do Spurs have to sell before they can buy in January? Are they in FFP danger? I don't think so.
We're never in FFP danger, but we'll have to sell to buy because that's our model.
Not with man like Levy there. You're definitely not.
What happened to the 100 million?
Bro, he spent a nice blonde girlfriend now in Las Vegas chilling. Have you seen the owner? The money's in Las Vegas, baby.
Big up Joe, man like Joe, yeah. Garnacho scoring a worldie in a long sleeve was levels. Big up BX Schooner. It's too much Manu praise in this comment section. Chelsea taking Wenger's child snatching policy. Chelsea taking Wenger's child snatching policy to rampant capitalism method. Fagan on roids. Interesting comments to you. Big up Chelsea OG. Hey, I don't know who's this.
I know.
Man like Kobe in the building. Big up, man. Big up. Ange had one window. He has Davies, Dyer, Skip, etc. to be shipped out. Useless, brainless Brits. He will buy 3 more defenders of Van der Ven, Udogie, and Romero model, another striker, and he'll have depth. Let's see, man. Let's see. His talent ID has done really well in his first window. Let's see if he can maintain that. And let's also see if your owner likes to give him money to spend, man. He gave him enough to keep him quiet first window, but let's see what happens going forward. There's no tactic for Dyer, Davies, and Skip. Poch was carried by the Ajax 3 of Toby, Jan, and Eriksson. The minute they aged, he wilted. Very true. But we've spent enough time dwelling on these Tottenham boys, man. They've had way too much the limelight today. Let's talk about the game at St. James's Park. First of all, Kendall, were you there? Were you there to witness those 4 goals? Were you there?
Absolutely. I was absolutely there. I was absolutely there to see Chelsea get bopped off the park. I was there to see Lewis Miley bought 2 £100 million midfielders off the park at 17 years old. I was there for Isak's beautiful finish. I was there for Joe Linton's beautiful finish. I was there to see Lascelles go from 0 to hero in like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? I was there for it all. I was there for Big AG, like, you know, Anthony Gordon, just our player of the season so far. Yeah, beautiful chef's kiss. I was there to see Reece James do a little dip to Jason Tyndall, and then, you know, it was see you later.
Cheerio.
I was there to see Thiago Silva, you know, try to do a scoop turn.
Bro, she's ethering them, bro.
And literally fall on his backside and Anthony Gordon laugh at him. I was there to see all of that. So yeah, it was a really good afternoon out. It was a lovely trip. Lovely trip.
Wow. All that's missing is just the sex on the beach. What?
Need a little cocktail next time, and I'll be.
That was verbal warfare just there, bro. Kendall did not come here to play. Just blow, boost, another blow, boost, another one, boost. FX, are you still there? Hanif, are you there?
Yeah,
I'm not there. Are you there?
I don't want to be here. But you know what? Yeah, commend them for being here.
FX, do you want to go first, mate, or do you want me
to go? No, Hanif, go. They keep muting me anyway, so just go.
Victim, he's playing victim again.
I think, listen, look, firstly, congratulations to Newcastle United. They deserve that win. I'm not going to take that away from them. Unfortunately, it's where we are. It's not something that I'm not surprised about. I wasn't expecting a victory at St. James's Park. I knew it was going to be a tough place to go after the international break, and they've been together a lot longer. Our lads just, unfortunately, they folded. The mentality wasn't there. And look, we can improve on some of the goals we conceded. Defensively, it was poor. I'm not gonna shy away from the fact we still got beat 4-1, but defensively, 3 of those goals we can address. The Anthony Gordon one was decent. I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but defensively we were shocking. The ball, after we conceded the second goal, they just let their heads drop, and you can't do that against a high-flying Newcastle side that are on, you know, this wave of confidence, and you know, they look like they might win something this season, a trophy along the way. That's how I feel about Newcastle United. I think Eddie Howe has to win something this season or next, or he won't be there, because a top manager will come in at Newcastle. But you have to give them their credit. They are a good side, a very good side. And I respect the fact what Eddie Howe has done at Newcastle in terms of turning some of those players around. I don't know what that South American lad is called, but I think he's really, really good. He didn't make the score.
Almiron.
Yeah, I think he's quality. Quality. And but listen, look, we've got to concentrate on ourselves, and this is part of the journey. We're not going to get better until year 3. I said this at the start of the season. I was called delusional. I was called mad. And I'm getting proven right again. It's hard, but listen, it's a young team overall, and
it's a hard job. Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. I think when I look at midfield, I think we need a strong. We kind of need like a Joe Linton type of a player, someone who's strong but good on the ball. And then defensively, we were shocking, and I've had enough of these James with the armband. I really have. He's not captain material. I'm sorry, man. It hurts to say that. He's a good player, but he's not. FX, relax, man. No, FX, stop. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. I just feel, you know, yesterday I would not have picked him for the next game if he hadn't been suspended, because you know what, that's not what captains do. You lead by example. You turn up. There were players around that their fullback who could have got to the ball, but he decided to pull him back and get sent off because he knew what was coming. And you know, that's where we are at the moment. We have to accept that it's hard, but Chelsea are not the force they used to be. We are going to make 8th at best. That's where we are. If they make anything above 8th, Yeah, hold on. Nigel. If we get into Europe, right, we have exceeded expectation because this team, as a
1
team,
billion spent.
they are not good. We can spend 10 billion, mate. It won't make no difference.
Agreed,
This
but
team,
Hanif, can I just step in?
individually, they are
I don't
not
want us
that good.
Hanif, can I help you
I
out?
mean,
I
they are
agree with
good. As a team, they're not
everything
that
you
good. Sorry.
said. I agree
can
with
I use
everything
help?
you said. Big ups, Kendall. You guys definitely deserve that victory. I think Chelsea also, were the ones that gave Newcastle that victory, more or less. Unfortunately, no, with the goals, that's where I'm going.
I was waiting for
No,
it.
with the goals, they
I
were
knew
defensive
you
errors.
weren't going to be as just
No,
just
hear me
being
out.
liberal and say,
I give you the results, but they were defensive errors from you don't expect that from a vintage Rolls Royce in Thiago Silva. I feel I did a Blues
An
Brothers
aging one
podcast
who's not
last
had his
week.
MOT, maybe.
Exactly. I felt in the Blues Brothers podcast last week, I was talking to some of my Chelsea fans, and I said this, like, I was asking them our starting lineup against Newcastle, and I was like, Thiago Silva shouldn't start. Even though he's not going to play for Brazil during the international break, he was still going to travel. It's still going to take a toll on him whichever way. He's 39. We need to rest him every now and then. He can't be starting every game. I felt we should have started with maybe Colwell and Badeshile, or maybe Disasi and Badeshile. But that aside, there were defensive blunders on our parts. The first goal created by that 17-year-old Lewis, brilliant pass, no doubt. But Cucurella, Lewis, whatever, I can't remember his surname.
Lewis Miley, just so the comment section help you.
You're gonna have to get used to the name, I'm afraid.
Lewis,
A-levels and chill.
I know we gave you guys Lewis Hall, so I remember Lewis Hall.
Spanked Chelsea, then went to finish his exams.
After that pass, everybody stepped up except Cucurella. That was not switching on, and that was Cucurella obviously not doing his defensive work. That's definitely switching off. Thiago Silva also giving the ball away, and the major goal I would say that was well worked was the Anthony Gordon goal. And yeah, Newcastle looked really you guys, strength in depth wasn't there. We should have been able to at least get a draw, but of course you guys are really difficult to beat at St. James's Park. But in terms of RJ getting that second yellow card, it happens. This is where I disagree with Hanif. It happens. That's football. Forget the fact that he's our captain. John Terry has taken it for the team. John Terry almost cost us the Champions League when we played Barcelona in the semi-finals. When
you say forget that he's your captain, is that what you just said?
No, I'm saying you should forget the fact that captains make those kind of mistakes. John Terry did that many times for Chelsea, and he was still a captain leader legend. So I think if you back, just hold on, if you back your captain at this early stage where he's young, let him make those mistakes. It can only get better. I think RJ is a fantastic captain, and I feel he's the best captain. I feel he's the best person to actually lead this team.
But he's not even there half the time.
At some point, Arsenal didn't even know who their captains were. You guys were rotating out captains.
But what does Arsenal have to do with Reece James? Yeah, it has nothing to do with Reece James.
Trying to say he's a fantastic.
No, I'm saying it has nothing to do with Reece James. But he's not. He's been captain for 13 games and then he played in 3 of them, bro. How does that make sense?
Fantastic captain because I want him to be a fantastic captain, and I believe.
Not because he actually is one. Okay, great. I get it.
I believe he is. And secondly, that was just fake news you just shared. Reece James has played more than 3 games in a row. So stop reading rubbish. Yeah. So
how many Premier League games does he have this season?
You guys deserved it, but definitely you're coming to Stamford Bridge, and we'll try to get that revenge for sure.
Try. I love how you said try against it.
Yeah,
let me ask you,
FX, let me save you. FX, stop it. Sorry. FX, calm down.
I just wanted to stay on the Reece James.
Blue on blue crying, bro.
I know.
FX is absolutely lost. The fact that you're trying to excuse what Reece James done yesterday, knowing
I'm not excusing. I'm backing my coach. I'm backing my player.
But it's excusing it because as someone who, even if you back your player, you'd call him out when he's wrong. And the fact that he's the captain of your team means he's supposed to lead by example. And when your team's losing 3-1 down, when you should be trying to come back in the game, he's busy trying to flick it over a player's head. And then after he flicks
the
over
game was over, man. The game was over.
Right, no, but it doesn't matter. After he loses the ball, doing stupidness like flicking it over someone's head, he then gives away a foul, knowing he's going to get a red card. That's just pure stupidity, and that's not a player that leads your team by example, not someone that's captain material. I'm
sorry, but he's won the Champions League, he's won the Super Cup. What has Bentancur won for you? Has Skip won anything for you? Please don't talk who's Skip? Who's Bentancur? Who's that? Havert? Who are
Trigger.
You can't be captain when you're there 10 games a season. Like, it's just impossible. Like, you literally can't.
Kendall, sit down. Sit down.
I am sat.
She sat above you in the table, brother. She sat above you in the table.
You win the Champions League. Sit down, sis.
It's literally like
sit down.
It's like us.
Till you win the Champions League, sit down. He's won the Champions League, man.
He's not there.
He's won the Super Cup.
So has Kai Havertz. It doesn't do anything, bro.
So has Mason Mount, to add to that.
Well, they won the Champions League and they played. They were not substitutes. They were not reserves. They played. They started. All these guys you're talking about. So put some respect on their name, brethren. Please.
You say, Kanebi, remember? Hold on, Kanebi. Remember when we were at the start of the season, we talked about, I think it was in the group chat, we were saying how, I wonder how many times this season Chelsea fans are going to bring up the Champions League. And every time they're going through some sort of struggle, but we won the Champions League, my brother. Is that going to win you the game next week? Is that going to win you against Brighton?
Sometimes,
it's
all banter now.
We're talking about, these shows are about match week 13, bro. We're talking about Chelsea. You had the Tottenham segment, and we talked about Tottenham. We're now talking about Chelsea, and we're talking about naivety of your club captain. For some reason, after only being club captain in the league for 7 games, and I don't know if he's even captained a win yet, you think he's a quality captain. That's fair enough for you. Big up you for that prediction. But I think Chelsea are in a mess. It's an absolute mess right now. Brother. But it's not a fact.
No,
it's not a fact.
No, it's not a fact.
Go on, Ivorian Spice.
No. It is a fact. They're in a mess, man. I know about being in a mess, man. And you know what's so funny, the amount of time Chelsea's been losing in the season and no one really gets onto it, bruv. It's just wow. It's just, but do you know what it is? I'm with Hanif right there. Hanif said it's a 3-year process. And I truly believe it's a 3-year process, especially when you buy it. No, I've never seen anyone change a whole squad completely in one season and expect it to all gel. And we all talked about this needs time, it needs players to gel. It will take more than a season or 2. Pochettino doesn't know what his best starting 11 is because again they got like 33
and neither do their fan base.
Figure it in. Not even the fan base can tell me who's your starting 11.
No. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
FX, That's a lie.
Of course, Pochettino has his starting 11. But
he has a lot of players.
Okay, who are they? If you check the games from game week 1 to game week 13, you would see. Go and check. You would see his starting lineup. It is very evident that he already knows how he wants to set up his squad.
Yeah, but surely Kunku is going to come back in, and he hasn't been.
So we're fine in terms of starting lineup. We already do.
Kendall just mentioned something. Sorry, what did you say, Kendall?
I'm saying surely what did you say, Kunku is going to be in surely, and he hasn't been.
Yeah, he should be back early December. So yeah, most likely one of these guys might drop to the bench. Maybe Nicholas Jackson, probably.
But why?
I'm so sorry. He stinks. He is so bad. Like, I actually can't even cope. I have seen Hosselu at my club, right? I've seen Shola Amiobi.
How many goals did
Shola, Nigerian legend, love you.
Big up,
Shola.
Hostel's at Real Madrid right now, bro. Scoring goals.
Just one question.
Hey, Kendall didn't cut anybody off. Kendall didn't cut anybody off. Sorry, Kendall. Continue.
Did Hostel score a hat-trick, though? Just asking.
Hostel, actually, do you know what? I'm so proud of him. Like, honestly, big up Hostel because that's just that's class, right? What he's doing right now. But I mean, he's in Madrid, so I don't like him anyway. But aside from that, Nicholas Jackson's bad, man. Like he's just so
Kendall,
bad.
he needs
First
time,
season.
though.
First season.
You're-
He's just
Kendall,
22
he
years
needs
old.
time.
First season.
Yeah, but
still young.
Isaac came into the Prem and was banging in the goals straight away.
Sorry?
He's 22
Isaac
years
came into
old.
the Prem and was banging in the goals straight away, and he also came from the same league. So,
But you've got a solid foundation, whereas we don't.
Exactly.
Would
we don't.
Would you know? You
Because
have
Jackson's
to
trying to
look at
figure
the
it
full picture.
Chelsea are figuring it out.
Kendall, if you said to me right now, who's the better team between Newcastle and Chelsea? It's Newcastle by a long shot because you've got the foundation. If we're in 2 seasons' time, if we're here and Pochettino doesn't know his team, then I'll be like, the manager has to change. But at this moment in time, we have to go through the pain. We have to let these lads
No, but FX
experience.
is assuring us that he knows his team, Hanif. He's telling. That's what I'm saying.
No,
He's
but I
assured
think
us that he already knows his team. Big up George, by the way. Big up George.
Stop changing. Stop trying to
the-
twist things. Stop trying
Bro,
to twist
Bro,
things
I'm
in
not
Nigerian
trying to
English, man.
twist anything.
I'm
You just
always
said.
with Hanif.
You-
I'm not.
you
No,
said-
don't. Yeah, you're a
No,
criminal.
no.
You're a criminal.
FX.
You are a
You
419.
just said, like,
You are a thief.
Panel. I need you to
You are a
clarify. Did
criminal.
he?
I've always been with
Did
Hanif.
he?
The only thing I
Or
disagree with
did
Hanif
he
was RJ.
not say?
RJ.
Poch
I was
obviously
backing
knows
RJ.
his- Okay, great.
Of course,
Did he?
Poch knows what he's doing, man.
Why is
Thank you.
everybody so angry?
Okay, wait. Did he or did he not say Poch knows his 11 and it's clear to see? Did he not just say that?
and I'm almost sure when you played
course he
Man
does.
City, Chelsea fans weren't saying, "Oh, Poch doesn't know he's 11." I think Chelsea fans are
Chelsea
probably
fans are
saying,
lost.
"Oh, you know, he's got some good here." I think that's what you guys are saying. To be fair, that's all football fans are fickle like
I'm
that.
still genuinely
But-
kind of thinking that Chelsea are still trying to figure it out as they go along this season. You know, like
Yeah,
I said before,
definitely.
that
Absolutely.
major change
Of course.
of squad overhaul has cost them dearly, and we saw that coming as well.
Yep.
And since then, Chelsea just been trying to figure it out. And let's see next season. Like I said, it will take some time. You know, Pochettino needs to figure it out. Like you've been giving players that are not
Absolutely.
your players. They're not Pochettino's players. He just walked into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
said,
allowed
"Here,
so many experienced players leave as well.
none of these players fit his whole philosophy, you know, doesn't really fit his profile. So, but he's been put into a club where he has to just
Why did he take the
give
job?
players figure it out. Because who wouldn't, you know? I would, you know, if Chelsea offered me so much money to come in here
Bro,
and
I'm not taking that job.
I would
I'm not-
want to be
no,
the
no,
guy
no,
that
no,
would
no,
do
no,
it.
no, you're taking that job.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
Maybe
taking
you're
that
taking
job.
that
You
job.
go
Kendall,
collect
you're
the
taking
job,
that
then you
job.
see the
You take the
0-0
job,
O's.
yo.
Taking that
Liar.
job.
Yeah.
It was a bit
Five,
interesting,
zero,
though,
zero,
because
Let me ask you a
0-0.
question.
Oh,
I don't know
Let
if
me
it was
ask you a
like on the
question.
stream when.
Let me ask you a question. Sorry
Go
to
on,
cut
Ken.
you
No,
short.
you're right. Go on.
Apart from Thomas Tuchel, who was already established before he went to Chelsea, well, which other Chelsea manager have survived since they took him? Like, where's Lampard? Where's Potter? Exactly. Like, why would I take that job? Like, yeah, not all money is good money. It's like,
Bruv,
you know,
money. That's why he took it. That's why Potter took it. He's set for life. Graham Potter is set for life now, Canebia. He's set for life.
Lampard is
Chelsea-
doing
Why won't he
podcast
take
with
him?
Kelobi. What are you talking about? It's not
Yeah,
a
no,
but
podcast.
maybe it's
maybe-
different now.
Yeah, but he's
Maybe-
still got
maybe-
money in the bank. He's a podcaster because he's bored, not because he needs money.
Competing with
No,
Lampard
but
now.
Canebia-
Do you know that? Do you know that?
Yes.
competing with
And
Lampard
that's because he's bored, not because he needs money. That's what I'm trying to say. He's
Canebia,
bored.
Have you ever heard of
This is
a
what
get
people
money
do.
quick rich scheme? You know, get rich quick scheme. That's at Chelsea Football Club. You go there, you get sacked in 3 months, and you're good for the rest of the years, bro. All you're doing is collecting compensation from your sacking. So yeah, you would take a job like that because you know you don't have to do well. You get there, you fuck up for a couple of months, you get sacked, you're set for life. You don't have to do anything for the rest of your life.
Literally,
You got millions in
calm,
your
bro.
bank.
Even if I'm a player, if I'm Mudryk, I've saved my country, saved my family. Even if I stink up for another year, I can chill on the bench. If you like, sell me. Oh yeah, try now. Who go buy me with this contract? Who go buy me? I go
And it's
chill.
dangerous. It is dangerous as well. And I'll tell you, Hanif and FX, American owners, they suck. They truly don't know what they're doing. They don't understand this soccer, man. They don't at all. And when you have someone like Todd Bowley making these decisions, you are going to suffer.
What I would say
Please
to
don't
that is
disturb
last
Burnley,
season-
man. He has a
last-
plan. I beg.
We've last season, obviously, the impact of last season is still obviously unraveling before us. But now I believe he's put the structure in place, and I think this is just my opinion. I think we've bought some really good, talented players, but they're gonna take time. I can't write this whole squad off and say it's going to be shocking for the next 5 years. I think they'll get it right in year 3, a bit like yourself, Ivorian Spice. I think year 3, United will get it right as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how far we are behind the pack. But at this moment in time, I look at it and I just think, you know what, the trajectory is pretty similar to Arsenal's. The only thing is, we've got money. It could kickstart next season. It just
so are we in year 2? Sorry, Hanif, just to interrupt. Are we in year 2 of that project now, or year 1?
We're in year 1. We're in year 1.
Oh,
mate.
we're in year 1 of it. Oh,
last year was a mess up. Last year was
so
a
we
joke.
can't. Last year doesn't count. That's what you're saying.
No, it doesn't at all. You have to be honest,
now,
FX, with what you're seeing.
No, absolutely. If you remember when we were on a podcast together, I agree with you. My target for Chelsea also is from next season we should be able to start challenging for a top 4 place.
No,
that's where that's the target. That's for me. That's what I'm just saying. That my target is
2-3 years, bro. 2-3 years.
Should be able to start targeting for the top 4. Then after that, after next season, then maybe for the title. But yeah, I totally agree with yourself and Ivorian Spice.
Thanks, man. You're so cute, bro. That's a...
It only took us a year, by the way. It only took us a year to get top 4.
I've seen my team win the league. I've seen my team win the league many times. So exactly. So if I believe, if I see something in my team, if I see something in my team, hold on, Kadibi. If I see something in my team and I express it that way, judge me when that time comes. Don't laugh at me now because we can't see the future. Till then,
laugh at you whenever we want.
That's how you laughed at me when I won the Champions League. Again, I went back to the Champions League.
Bro, I never laughed at you, bro, because I didn't even know you them times, bro. I didn't even know you.
The beauty of it, the beauty of it is you never ever write Chelsea off. Hanif, that's one thing they need to remember. When you write us off, that's when we surprise people.
Chelsea is gone.
No problem.
It only took us a year to get top 4 though, after a takeover and a squad overhaul, you know.
Say that again.
That's why he thinks it's gonna happen next year, Kendall. That's why he believes it's gonna happen.
I said it only took us a year to get top 4 and into a cup final after a squad overhaul and a takeover.
But Kendall, did Newcastle really get a squad overhaul? Or they spent wisely?
Man said he didn't do a massive takeover, Kendall. You did a takeover, but you didn't do a massive takeover.
That's not what I meant to say. It was the interruption from Ivorian Spice that got me. I mixed up words. I was going to say that you guys didn't do an overhaul how we did, where we got rid of 20-something players in one transfer window. Newcastle didn't do that. I'm sorry.
No, they spent wisely and smartly.
We can't know once out this.
And also, Ivorian Spice, another thing you said, which made a lot of sense. Yes, the Americans don't know what they do or they're doing in terms of owning a football team.
No, Josh Kroenke knows what he's doing.
But I've noticed in the last month or so, Todd Boehly has taken a seat back. We don't see him more often at Stamford Bridge. We don't see him in the news. He's not making brash statements. He's allowing Pochettino,
and you're still tempted.
What has that?
Well,
you're still tempted.
We lost against Newcastle, so we've been improving onto the Newcastle game. So I'll cut this team some slack for now. As Hanif said, Young will go through. It's like taking 2 steps forward and another 2 steps back. Yeah, back and forth.
The thing is, though, prior to the game, I'm not saying you two, by the way, because I don't know you like your 2 thoughts. It's the first time I've met you like on terms of Chelsea, but prior to the game, a lot of Chelsea fans, and I mean a lot of Chelsea fans, a lot of rival fans, when I was on Never a Foul, they were all saying Chelsea's going to win this game. Chelsea's going to win this game.
Yeah, but Kendall,
and I was
FX was confident.
I think
and
that
he
was
maybe not so, but FX was.
I think you have to watch this media narrative around any club, especially around Chelsea. And you know, when we play teams that play football on the floor, we play really well against those types of teams, and we've seen it. We can compete with the likes of Man City and so on. But there are those teams that I think you guys graft. You guys have got more grafters and hard-working players who grind it out and leave a little on players. We don't have the mentality within our players to do that. And as a result of that, as well as them not playing together enough, I thought at best we'd get a draw. Because I didn't think we were going to go there and not concede at St. James's Park, where Isaac and co are going to run rampant. And when we turn up, the crowd's going to be behind you. And we know what St. James's Park is about. I remember the good old days of Newcastle United when Solano and these boys were living it up. I remember those days. And all I'm going to say is this: you guys deserve to win that game, and that's because the foundations of your team are there, and it's going to be interesting to see what you achieve.
I need to stop praising them too much. They're Geordie, man. They're magpies.
Do you know what? He's
stop praising them too much. They're just magpies, bro. Stop it.
Right? Every single week when we
give them their flowers, that's okay. Every too much. Don't overpraise them,
we win. So like, say against Man United when we won, or like when we beat Man City in the cup, or obviously against Chelsea, it's always the other team had the worst game of their lives, the worst game that they've ever played. The players weren't there, the manager's done wrong, the manager was tactically wrong, or it's never, I never ever hear Newcastle played really well.
But we just said it. Pochettino wasn't on the touchline as well.
I'm taking it from Hanif. I never hear that. I never hear anything like that. It's always the team had the worst game that they've had all season. They were so bad in that season. Like, it's always an excuse. It's never, Newcastle nullified our threat. I always just hear, yeah, we just had the worst game. Awful. I always
this is true.
So and from Hanif every single time. I'm taking it. I'm enjoying it.
I don't know if in the melee you guys noticed. FX tried to jump on Hanif's praise. It's like, yeah, we just praised you. No, we didn't just praise them. Hanif just praised them, bro.
You said the win FX, to be fair.
You said you gave them the goals because of defensive errors. You said it, bro.
No, Pochettino not being on the touchline too was a major minus for me as well. The fact that we didn't have a manager on the touchline to coach, do a bit of coaching. That I could say Eddie Howe had a number of hours because we had our assistant coach Hanif. Allow me, brother. Let me tell them to. Allow me, brother. Let me tell them.
You want to lie?
Don't mind them.
He's saving you. But guys, we've kind of gone over a little bit of time. I'm just gonna get through some of the comments and then we're gonna quickly touch on Man U and Arsenal real quick though, because obviously Arsenal was business as usual.
Yeah, I wanted to know like what's going on.
Don't worry. Seen Chelsea. See, I like speaking to fans that have been supporting for a while. Seen Chelsea as an established second division side when I was a kid, and when they got relegated in '88, nothing new with last season and now. But BX Schooner said Poch may have tools to put it together, although Chelsea need to back whoever they put in. I do believe Poch deserves time. I don't think it's going to be fixed in a year or even in 2 years. If he gets 3 years with this team, I think in 3 years he can get them back into the Champions League. But it'll be
a mistake if they sack him. Definitely a mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
There's nobody better to take over a team of young players at this moment in time that's available. Yeah, just ride it out.
They need to just ride it out, man. Literally,
guys. Ride it out.
Or bring Enrique in, and I really love that. He'll fully fuck you lot up, man. That'll be sensational. Chelsea lost their luster when Roman left. He ran the club like a ruthless magician, 100%. Please, Osimhen, if you're watching this, do not listen to Luca. Do not listen to Luca. Stay away from the bridge. Stay away from the bridge.
Can I just say something on that striker? Obviously, I listen to a lot.
Be careful. This is a stream from Nigeria. Just be careful.
There's a lot of the Chelsea spaces on Twitter or X.
Man, you are mad.
They all believe Osimhen is the answer to a lot of to Chelsea's goal scoring issues. I don't know whether he is or he isn't, but that's the guy that a lot of Chelsea fans want next season. And they think he's the man.
I hope he's not the man. Big up Osimhen, man. How can you spend 1 billion and then the season doesn't count? What a club, man! I know it's sensational to watch, but it's sensational to watch. Horode says ETH wasn't on the line against Everton. FX.
The first half you can say it wasn't convincing because why? Everton themselves had plenty of ample opportunities against Manchester United, where as well Doucouré as well made a mistake, missed as well, and thanks to Andre Onana, which is ranked up the top 5. I mean, he's ranked top clean sheet right now because
you can't even get early on out, bro. That's why the football gods are trying to save you, bro. They're trying to save you.
It took me out. But yes, as I was saying, Onana, who is currently right now joint top first in clean sheet, doing well as well, because he was very important in that first 45 minutes against Everton, because the moment we scored that first goal, guys, which was a beautiful goal as well, Rooney-esque goal, I have to say, from Alejandro Garnacho, we sat back. You know, we allowed Everton. We invited pressure onto our own self, and that's what Manchester United have been doing so far. If we get the first goal, or if we don't get the first goal, but the second half.
Ivorian Spy. Sorry to cut you in. What's he like on the ball? Because I've heard he's pretty decent.
Who?
Your goalkeeper. Your keeper. That's why you got him, didn't you?
He's good on the ball. He's good on the ball. He's way better than David De Gea in
DM,
terms
bro.
of
DM. He can play DM, bro.
Starting attacking phases from the back four. So you know what? There is an advantage there. I think you guys will see a better Onana when you see Lisandro Martinez, who's good at getting the ball from deep as well and carrying it forward. And when you see players like Kobe as well, who's much more involved in the near future, drop deep. Whereas you're not seeing the best of Onana because you've got people who hide from the ball like McTominay, who doesn't want the ball, who refuses.
Hey, don't disrespect Scotty too hotty on my show.
No. I'm going to disrespect Mayo, bro.
Legend, bro.
But yes, in that second half as well, that's what I say. That's what I say in Nigerian Englishman. The second half here is where Manchester United truly did deserve it because they killed Everton in the second half. Everton didn't do anything in that second half. They tried, but Manchester United found the opportunity, the gaps, the holes as well. Thanks to Kobe, thanks to Lindelof as well at times, or even Harry Maguire picking up passes, breaking up lines.
Potentially, if not for Kobe.
How old is Kobe Minor?
18 years old.
So he came from your academy,
and he showed Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes how to play in midfield,
how
to hold.
How old is Enzo? How old is Enzo Fernandez?
Oh, the 100 million
30.
man.
30.
He's 21.
Yeah, he's young, isn't it?
He's 22.
He's 21.
Looks 30.
Going to 22.
Looks 30. But yes.
So wait, what I would say, what I would say about Manchester United, look, to be fair, like as much as they've been criticized in the press and stuff, they are on paper the most informed Premier League side right now. Like results are results. At the end of the day, as much as you want to criticize Ten Hag, he's still higher in the table than £100 billion team. Do you get what I'm saying? And as much every week I hear Chelsea fans tell me they're better than United, but United keep picking up wins and
Chelsea
pulling away.
into this again. Wow,
I'm pulling away. But you see, the one thing about Onana, yeah, is it hurts me that he's at Man United because I don't like to diss him. But I do believe that you guys brought him probably a year too early because you haven't fixed your style of play is yet. So you could have probably just got away with a De Gea for one more year. Hold on. And then brought him in when you're a little bit more settled in a style of play, rather than bring him in when you haven't really learned to play from the back, where they're trying to a little bit too much because he's I think his confidence is he's been too confident to override some mistakes he's made in certain situations. But I think he's a quality keeper.
Yeah, but I like what you said there because, of course, yeah, you think that it was a bit too early to bring in Onana because of the way Manchester United want to go forward playing. But at the same time, David De Gea was holding us back in terms of where Ten Hag wants to take the team to. So it was important. The decision had to be made, whether it was this season or next season. We had to make that change. And if we want to play the football that he wants to play, you have to bring in the players that can play the personnel. And he was key. Onana was key to start off. You have to start off with your foundation, right? When you're building a house. So the goalkeeper is the foundation. And then, of course, you got the floor, which is the defense. And then defense still needs to be addressed because this was a defense that had 19 clean sheets and conceded not that much goals. But now they're in problems right now with injuries and etc. But again, it's coming back now. Luke Shaw's coming back. Lisandro will come back.
Just one question, though.
And you'll see
just want to ask you one question.
Go on, FX. Give us the sound effect.
Brother. So I've been hearing so much about Kobe Mino. You just sang his praises. I've read stuff about him in different WhatsApp groups I'm in. I see it on Twitter or X. Are you saying that's the answer? It seems like it's the answer to like a lot of your problems because once Kobe Mino is fit, defensive midfielder next to Casemiro, if Casemiro is not playing well or injured, we have that. Are you saying you guys are fine now? Like,
no, we're
going forward now. We're playing football now. Now we have Mino, we're good.
No, I wouldn't say that. To be fair, I'll be honest with you, FX. I've been waiting for him to come back to injury because I've been waiting for him. I think Nigel Englishman will probably remember him from pre-season against Arsenal as well in his first 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was the preseason that got
I guarantee you, I don't register preseason games.
You don't watch preseason. But you remember? I know why.
I don't remember preseason games, bro.
You don't remember your fans fighting.
I tell you, I don't remember preseason games, and the fact that you do is quite embarrassing.
No. I remember every game. No, I remember every game we played preseason. Not important, friendly.
Memory, man. Come on.
You know, I just have a great memory. But yes, I've been waiting for
pointless games. I don't remember, but continue.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've been waiting for him for a very long time.
Yeah, the game doesn't matter for real, 100%.
Yeah, and I know we needed the player that's good on the half turn, especially because our players are not great on the half turn. Someone that can break into midfield in stride. He had the ability, and he demonstrated.
Mason Mount has that. He's very good on the half turn.
Mason Mount can break, but at the moment he's injured. You know, he's lost his confidence.
Yeah,
you know,
we cursed him. We put that.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys did, but
Chelsea.
You don't want Chelsea players no more. You know, we've had bad experience with Chelsea players from Mata to Matic to now, and I'm hearing Timo Werner. But back to the game.
Ivorian, I can't believe you said that about Mata. How could you say that about Mata? Oh my! You should know ball better than anyone. You should be.
No, but it never worked out. He was on the bench. They played him outside the position on the left wing instead of playing number 10 as well. It never worked out. But back to the game, because we need to talk about the game. Yeah, Kobe Mino as well. I do think he's an answer to an extent that he can help us and be that midfielder that we need, but still the midfielder itself is not perfect. They still need Casemiro to come back. That leadership, you know, next to Kobe Mino, he's got someone to learn from, you know. And he's, to be honest with you, he gives me that Paul Pogba vibes on the ball as well. He's years in advance as well. No, guys, you need to watch him. The first touch, from the moment you see a player like that, yeah, you know there's something about a player. His first touch, first minutes, the way he breaks, and the elegancy, the effortness as well, with the way he does things, you could just tell this guy's got something in him that he's talented. He will probably get there, but again, you never know with young players. I don't want to talk too much. I want the guy to just.
Do you see your team? Just last question. Do you see your team having a go against the guys that just thumped us, Newcastle?
Oh no, we're losing that game. At Newcastle? At Newcastle? No way. Man. No way. Wow. We're going back to our usual self this week.
14 players. How many players out? How many players are out, Kendall?
Injuries or not? They're at home.
Yeah, they're 14 at the minute.
Like
they're
14,
at home.
Exactly.
They're at home. This is the same Newcastle who beat us in the Carabao Cup with their second team. Then we will lose. We'll go back to our normal losing self this weekend, and then next week we'll see.
Even allow us to find a way to find time. He just conceded defeat immediately.
Yeah, no, I know.
Man tried to creep to the top of the screen there, FX. From your team day below everybody. I beg, relax. Relax on your level below everybody for this stream. Well, let me get into some of the comments real quick before I finish the stream. We have Cravadonna to Mudryk, Zielinski to Connor G, and Oliveira to Cucurella. Chelsea have a player, and his name is Cucurella. Jesus wept, and Victor. Victor, that's hey, you don't know.
You took me out.
I'm just giving Chelsea fans a new song for free, man. Clip that. I got you lot, man. You're welcome. So wait, Liverpool champs, full stop. You never walk alone. Big up Liverpool. Maguire looking like Baresi versus Luton. Sheffield United and Everton. Love it. Keep Southgate sweet. Definitely keep Southgate sweet. He's definitely the informed Man United player right now. United will win nothing with Luke Shaw and Maguire. United need footballing fullbacks, not ones who should turn out for Palace. There's a reason Ten Hag said he can't play Ajax football. He's had enough players, so he should be able to play some level.
Can I just come in on
quickly,
that?
Quickly.
With Luke Shaw, it's very important Luke Shaw gets back, because I think if Luke Shaw comes back, Rashford will come back. That chemistry and that connection is very important for Man United, and I believe Rashford will start scoring again. So I think that's very important for that left-hand side. That's also how I see that.
As much as I'll never prop Man United either, they kind of did win something last year.
Yeah, exactly. And it was against you, so it's kind of a little bit still sore. And also, I know Ivorian Spies was excited when he saw the pictures in the paper today You know, you got excited when you saw Rashford partying with his ex-girlfriend. Purple patch loading. Purple patch loading, bro. Purple patch incoming.
Trim and the X-Bar.
He got the hairstyle that she likes.
Brother.
That's how I know.
Trim. He's gonna score. Hey, Kendall, watch out! A brace might be loading against you, man. Like, watch out because his ex might be at the game, and you know what happens when she's about. So, boy, big up.
I'm gonna have to take her out before the game, aren't I?
He hasn't
literally, mate.
I'll be honest with you. They haven't slept with each other yet because he played shit on that day and got a penalty.
Okay, so you don't get them.
Yeah, he hasn't got the nookie yet.
So he's got to earn it against Newcastle. That's what you're saying. Or against Galatasaray.
All I'm saying, if he plays extremely well and becomes a Rashford of old, that of last season, he's been hitting it.
Yeah.
Because he played shit.
Big up Rashford's ex reviving him back from the dead. So I'll just quickly, what else? Ik werde lieben Kai Havertz, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Did he just
Sprechen
Sie that up as well.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Small. You know what I'm saying?
Ich liebe Kai Havertz. I would have understood.
Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich, Kai Havertz. Ich liebe dich, Kai Havertz. Yes, I said I would like to talk about Kai Havertz. Ich werde lieber deiner Kai Havertz. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, so that's way too much German. I ain't spoken that since year 9 or something crazy like that. Madness. But quickly, obviously there's not much time. There's not much time, but we got to reflect on the silky German. Came onto the pitch to change up the game. He's proving his 65 million worth. All the haters, none of that.
Right, I was gonna say none of
that for me, bro.
You always lie.
Look. I would have put the video up, mate. Let's be real. You guys know my stance on this boy. I don't rate him. I don't think he's the right replacement for Xhaka. But if Arteta tells me he wants to utilize him the way he used him on the weekend, I'll for that. Change up the game, last 20-30 minutes, long balls if we need to, win the ball in the air. He looks like he's a little bit more physical, especially with his left back berth for Germany most recently. He's still confused about his position. But if we can come in and change the game last 20-30 minutes, I'm down with that. But if he's starting games and being that number 8 next to Declan Rice, it can't work for me going forward. And we need to find a proper solution for that as soon as possible. If we can scrape our way to January and still be in the mix of things that we can upgrade our midfield, I think we can really push City all the way. But if that don't happen, it could be a lot of questions Arteta's going to have to answer at the end of the season. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if any of the rest of you watched the game and have any thoughts about the win against.
I didn't see your
game.
I
watched it.
I watched it.
I was
second best team, right?
There was that moment, wasn't there? The Ramsdale moment, which I think if Ivan Toney was playing, it would have been very interesting to see what would have happened.
Brother, he's doing it on purpose now, bro. He's doing it on purpose.
I did see the clip of Arteta's face when Ramsdale did that. He was just like,
he's like, fucking hell. Fucking hell, you're gone in Jan.
Yeah, I have to say, I have to commend my second favorite team in London, you know, which is Arsenal Football Club. You know, like I said, Niger Englishman knows I like that club as a Manchester United fan as well. You know, coming from London, but I commend the fact that they were able to get that 1-0 win, because you know what? Again, I always say this before. Hey, Niger England, I don't know why you're against me when I'm bigging up your club, bro.
Hey, hurry up, man.
Why are you always doing this to me?
Done with, man.
No. I want to commend the fact that, again, that last minute goal, 89 minute again, just shows true character of Arsenal. And, you know, again, progress, you know. I believe they're at stage 3 of their process right now in this 5 years of Arteta, because I think last year was stage 2. Am I right, Niger Englishman? But stage 3,
bro.
Stage 3
yeah,
so
I don't. All these stages, it's a new thing. It's a social media thing. I don't know anything about key stage 3, key stage 4. I don't know any of these things.
Your point. Don't ask him any questions.
No. I'll make my point. Because again, I was sat there. I think like all of us fans, I'm very sure they can agree. Watching us fans, hoping that Arsenal will probably drop some points, you know, just to make up our weekends. You
Twitter
know,
fingers
but
already.
they didn't. Arsenal showed character. especially when they scored the first goal and it got disallowed, they still showed perseverance as they continued to go towards the 89th minute, showing pressure, and then got that goal as well. Kai Havertz as well, brilliant. He deserves it, especially for the fact that he's going through hard times as well, and especially the fact that he just come back from international break, playing left back and playing left wing back as well, and getting a goal. But
it's the sign.
Arteta,
it's a sign, isn't it? It's a sign.
But again, he's about to come into form now. Yeah, he's about to shut everyone up. All of us. We're going to be saying we didn't see what Arteta saw. Yeah,
he's about to be coached like he was for Chelsea in the Champions League.
I also just want. Kendall, relax. Kendall, relax. I'm watching you. I'll call Chido for you.
She's looking for Chido. What do you mean? She's looking for him. He's got it to hide it.
Look, man. I think Arsenal did what surprised many of us, and that's getting those scrappy wins, playing boring football when it matters most, and so this team definitely has grown. I give credit to Arteta. But I also knock Arteta for what is happening to Ramsdale right now. He's also the reason why Ramsdale is shaky and edgy. The way and how they went about getting David Raya and all that, for me, was I don't think they handled it properly.
FX, I'd take him. FX, we take him at the bridge though.
Sorry,
at the bridge.
Bite your arm off for him.
Oh yeah, of course. No. This is Hanif. What I'm saying is, I just feel Arteta didn't handle that well, and he hasn't given the boy enough confidence. So the kind of performance we saw against Brentford yesterday is a lack of
result of Arteta's
a bit of that. And also, hold on, let me just end it. And also, I think Ramsdale too has not done himself any good with that podcast he did. I think Righty and
Ian Wright,
on that Budweiser, whatever. And you saying that you find it hard to concentrate. That's why you engage. Yeah, he basically killed himself there. His PR team, obviously, it shows that he doesn't have a PR team around him, and this is where you need your man.
That's how he's supposed to feel. You've got to earn the right to play. You've got to earn the right to play.
And guys,
I don't need your team manager. That's why I feel that Arteta should have handled everything properly, and that's why they're in this kind of conundrum where he's not too sure which goalkeeper. Obviously, David Raya is number one, but Ramsdale was really good last season. All of a sudden, this season he looks average.
To be honest, and because we've literally gone like 20 minutes over time. But I hear what you're saying, if it's to an extent. But I would also flip it and say Ramsdale did the same thing when he came in for Leno. Leno literally played 2 more games. Ramsdale came in straight after, and he kept him out of the side. Leno ended up leaving, so I don't see a difference. I just think he's being a little bit of a bitch and not sucking it up. At the end of the day, you're a professional for goodness sake. If you've got competition, that doesn't mean it's your excuse to lose confidence, man. Outfield players deal with it all the time. Just because he's a goalkeeper, they think he should get away with it. And I hear what you're saying. To an extent, Arteta might not have dealt with it well, but as you said, Ramsdale's not done himself any favors with how he's dealt with the situation, to be fair. But guys,
I'll be honest, you have to be ruthless to get to the top. You have to be
of course you do. 100%. And let's hope this helps 100%. Us. But smash the like button, whether you're watching now, later. It's been an absolute incredible show. Mate, the panel have been all over the place at times, but we got there in the end. A little bit of squabbling, a little bit of banter, some facts.
I just want to apologize to my man, Nigeria Englishman, for being rude earlier too, as well.
It's all like we're brothers. We'll hug it out in the studio. You know me. You know we're brothers, man. We'll hug it out in the studio.
Still.
Hopefully watching another L for your team as well as we do. But yeah.
Shut up, man. You see.
On purpose.
And wait. Just before we go, Man City won, Liverpool won. Did we learn anything different after this result this weekend with that game? Our City, the same City.
Kendall, go for it. Let Kendall go for it.
Yeah, Kendall, you close this.
To let you know, I didn't even watch the game because I was on my way to St James's Park, so I didn't even see it. So that's how much I watched. So yeah. Congratulations.
Okay, big up. On that note, we don't really want to talk about that game because it was a 1-1. We still think City are the favourites. Liverpool are definitely in the title race with Arsenal. But we'll be back match week 14 to discuss more. catch us on Friday for the pre-game show.
Chelsea 2024-25. Watch out for us.
Yeah, we'll be watching. We'll hopefully get you back on the show and we'll replay this moment to you as well. Smash the like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's been great. Have a great evening, guys. I'm going to watch the highlights of the Wolves.
Big ups, Anif. Big ups, Ivorian Spice. Big ups, Kendall. Bless up, guys.